All right, we're picking back up in Dishonored 2, and we got a really cool power last session. I actually don't know the timing of the release of Dishonored 2 relative to Titanfall 2, and who came up with this idea first. If maybe they both came up with it at the same time and didn't actually ape each other. But I'll show you when I load in. Titanfall 2 did the same thing, and it's one of those classic gaming moments. A couple months before Titanfall 2. I bet they came up with it at the same time. Wonder if they just both realized that they had the technology to do it at the same time. So check this out. This clock that I have shows me the past. And I can press a button to switch between the past and the present, and I can use it to, like, avoid enemies, do tricksy stuff. Exact same thing. There's a part in Dishonored 2, or Titanfall 2 that's like press X to time travel is the joke. But super dope. And I like how the crystal is showing me what the world looks like in the other realm. It's pretty convenient. Because now I can see what the ruined area looks like. A couple weeks after Titanfall. No shit. So Respawn and this dev Asylum came up with the same idea at the same time. I wonder how that happened. Like, it's doing some tricks with the tech where it's like loading two different maps at the same time.
The way out of here is through the present, using this timepiece.
That's wild. I wonder if, like, both devs happened to be on a forum that was talking about, like, using phasing technology or something. Tech spies. That's such a cool mechanic. I really had no idea that anybody had done it other than Titanfall 2. I think that convergent evolution is one of my favorite concepts, and it exists outside of biology too. This idea that in the same system with the same rules and pressures, like, the same complexities can arise at the same time. Let's see what all's different about time periods here. Not too much in terms of what I can and can't loot. Cool. See you, sir. Happy lurking. Yeah, I wonder if this is just going to be for this one stage.
Whatever happened.
So it was just a single stage in Dishonored 2. Oh, and it warps me into the position I'm facing when I use it. That's interesting. I can't tell if that must be in a room above me. Let me put this thing on my bar. Timepiece. I think the idea that of natural selection of complexity arising naturally from a basic set of starting conditions is my favorite scientific concept. It's applicable to everything. You can see it in economics, you can see it in game design. Super cool. I get to any of these bone charms. Pretty sure that rune is on a floor above me. Can probably fit through here in the presence. I just want to see what I can and can't do. This whole time travel thing is just a complete surprise too. I feel like there's a lot of crazy stuff in the Dishonored setting that's a surprise. Oh, there are witches. Okay. I'm down with that. I have one rune. That ain't enough for shit.
When no one keeps the rooms clean and dry, a house goes to rot.
That's not my job to clean up.
Stilton wasn't born to all this. Allegedly, he started as a miner.
That makes sense. Holiday for miners granted. A holiday for mine workers has been granted by mine owner Aram Stilton to be held annually on the anniversary of the late great Duke Theodonis Abele's death. Oh, Karnaka. That's interesting that this thing isn't here. And in the present, it's been driven into the rock. Money, money, money. Enhance those eyes.
Wrong here. Even the air feels off.
Alright, I can't use magic here. I forgot about that. It's going to be potentially kind of awesome if this works. Oh, she does move eventually. Good.
The center of the manor is off limits tonight. Everything around the study.
What's so special about the center of the manor?
Nothing, usually. But the Duke and his party are here tonight, and they don't want to be disturbed. So that entire part of the house is under lockdown by the Grand Guard.
I'm not sure how to take your tone. I assure you I rub shoulders with shit.
Can't bring bodies with me. Good to know. Oh, video games. Oh, that's really cool with the painting. This is pretty awesome. I dig it. I wonder if I can... This is how I get into this closet. Clever. For a whalebone. That looks comfy. I'm sure she's able to survive that. Come on. Give me the coins. Give me the coins. There you go. Oh, they're freaking out because of the guard.
Put my feet up.
Pop you back here. I actually kind of like that they take away your other powers for this stage because it really makes it guarantees that you understand how you can use the timepiece.
Can't even breathe no more.
Something I would have liked to have seen in what was a game? Half-Life 2 in Ravenholm. It would have been really nice if when you got there it just robbed you of all of your guns and ammo. And they learned that in Half-Life 2 Episode 1. There's a part in Half-Life 2 Episode 1 where there's a specific gun they want you to use and they make sure that it's your only choice. Which I think is correct. Yeah, this is effectively stealth. You get invisibility power. You can't see me. Wait, where'd you go? Yeah. I think I saw a lot of reports between 12 and 16 hours. Depending on if you go for all the bone charms or not. Should get access to the Great Hall.
I'm tired of all this hullabaloo.
One tray.
I pay
Do they
good
think
money
there's
to
two
make
of me?
sure things like this don't happen.
What, hullabaloo? I wish I could use enhanced eyes with this, but it's fair that they don't let me. One way over that way. Do I really need the master key? Yes, I do. I think there's a way around the top. I was going for most of the runes and bone charms early in the game, but now I've got enough powers, so not as concerned about it.
What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
It's a really good question.
Times. Hard times. Gotta be on the lookout. I'm hungry.
Oh, I like the light with the giant shadow. Stop giving me destination blocks. Oh, I see, that's why it's blocked. Gotcha. I think they actually saw me. Close the door behind them. The guy needs to turn left.
That's what servants are for.
Oh, wonderful.
Show yourself and state your name.
This guy already made it through this door. Yeah.
This whole business has me on pins and needles. Grumpy as anything.
Doo-doo. Everything's fine. Just keep building up the pile of sleepy bodies here. It's a lot of guys all in one place. Perfect. Okay. Bone charm nearby. Equip the heart. Could probably get to that if I had my powers, but I don't. I don't know if it nerfs my passive, like, jump height. Can't tell. Oh, maybe not. I'm really impressed with the levels in this. It feels a lot better than Dishonored 1. The shifting inventor House on the Rock level was really cool. The stage is pretty awesome. I'm really interested if they're going to take this thing away from me. Is that open in the other realm? Oh, nice. Place is inaccessible otherwise. Awesome. I feel like this shenanigan is enabled by whoever figured out portals. I know that there are a couple games, was it Antechamber does some shenanigans with portals, basically, to make these non-Euclidean weird levels. Still plenty of dudes in the past. Many of them standing very close to each other. I wish I could bring bodies with me to the present. That's how I got in here originally. We don't go that way just yet. My character can't open closet doors, right? It's like when you hide stuff in a game that's got an isometric view, so it's hard to find for you as a player. It would be trivial to a person in the actual universe.
I might be able to get around that, going back into the past.
You think so? Don't touch the statue. Don't move the statue by yourself. It's heavy and unstable. Wait for Jamie to come back and do it together. You meant good by putting it in the hall, but Mr. Stilton is not the type who enjoys contemplating his own face over dinner. Agreed to remove the creepy painting. I'm trying to use the warp function of it, right? I guess it doesn't work that way. I see. So if I change this, what happens? It won't be there in the present, basically. That's pretty brilliant. I dig it. I haven't seen anybody use this mechanic for something other than time travel. Time travel just seems really cool, right? But I feel like you could do it and just have like two areas that are overlapped in the same space. That freaked me out. Wasn't supposed to. Sure there's no dudes in here, right? Doesn't look like it. wire.
I wonder what I was doing in Dunwall on this night. Or what I am doing.
Lunar bone charm nearby. I mean, sort of. Letter to Lucia Pastor. Or Pastor. Please send this note to Lucia along with my mask prototype. You see my plan for the masks. I fashioned one for myself and wore it in our deepest mind for over 2 days. Huh. Some of these art objects, we started to see them repeat a little bit. Early on, I was really impressed when you first get to Karnaca and you get to the building that's condemned because of the blood flies. I'm like, oh man, they put a shitload of effort into this. And then they use a really similar like tile set for future blood fly infested areas. But there's still a lot of unique artwork in this game. It must have been very expensive to make. Especially compared to Dishonored 1, where you see the Matrix pretty quickly and you see what they have to work with. Master key. Door's blocked. Why would they even build that? Like, what's the purpose? It's only if it's got the little red juice indicator that I know I can break it. I think there might be a key down here somewhere. Sorry, I wish I could do my enhanced eyes. But alas, no dice. Involve this ruined section, maybe? I think that was it. Clever. Boiler's open. Door looks like it's blocked. Get my blood amber. So I probably have to put something in the boiler and then move time, right? Oh, I see. That's going to be a fun puzzle. It might be how we deal with the boss here. But I want us to try to do this, right? How's this one locked? I don't think I have the safe code for this one. Although maybe I can tell what it is by time traveling, which would be clever. Ah, no, there's just ash. Still ash. Oh, that's quite smart. Especially since they've already established the safes up to this point. This game is really good. It should be a black bone charm, right? I think it's a cornered animal, and I don't want that as much. That shouldn't be damaging people anyway. I'm trying to do non-lethal. That basically forced me to open the door by phasing through it. I think so. Door is blocked. So I can't unlock it. Alright. Master key is needed. I love some of the paintings in this. Panic time travel. Best kind of time travel. Oh, there's a doggo in here. Oof. I think the addition of the thing that lets you preview the time you're warping to is really, really neat. Oh, you're a doggo that's in the... Thought you were only in the past. Oh, there's so many people here. This would be almost impossible without this timepiece.
Upsetting them. Go away.
That's creepy.
Whatever happens seems to be centered at some focal point.
Oh, one of these guys. The Weepers, which I can't take out non-lethally. Must have already been up here. The thing I dig about this is the gameplay is super fun. Like, I feel like having a true invisibility power in a stealth game is often fun for the player, even if it's broken. Here, like, having it being limited by you not being able to warp unless if there's open ground in the other timeline is a neat way to control it. So it's not too OP. To wait for the music to go away, I think, to be able to choke him out. Not so much an assassin as I am a professional nap administrator. Best way to think about me. Zaz, yeah. That's pretty good.
That looks like reinforced glass. Is there a break-in?
Nothing of the sort.
Okay, because since I opened the door in the past, now it's not blocked. Interesting. There's just the one? No, there's a couple cards in here. Turn around. There's way too many of you. Never mind. About the whole turnaround thing. Door's blocked. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Man, they had some fun with this game. Skyrim's one of the other games I can think of that'll do that. And other like Bethesda style games. Stacking your limited art assets in a way that tells a cool story. Oh shit, I haven't any health elixir in a minute. That's cool. Don't need it, but... Really? Bone charm? Oh, rune. Okay. I think that's the last one, too. I just happened to be getting all of them. But I didn't going to work too hard for it. Wonder if it's blocked in the present. It is. We're on the roof to jump to. Oh shit.
Anyone here?
Oh, that's pretty great. Blood amber. Should be blocked in that time too, I think. What happened to her? Where did she go? It's a really good question, guys. This has got to just be for this stage. This is like OP. Like, it's super fun, but I think it might be correct from a design perspective to take it away from you after this level. It also would mean that they'd have to design every level after this one to work with it, which they probably don't want to do. So you basically have to make 2 levels on every stage. Elevator. Being a time-traveling assassin is way cooler than being a shadow assassin.
I don't have time for games.
Find you, you know. Come on!
Turn around. Not in the same direction. Okay, now I think I can explore the community. Let's stay in the manor.
She might be somewhere close.
Be careful because of the dust. I can't actually teleport to all these locations.
Shit.
Sweet. Right, that goes out to the
Combination to Stilton's study.
Stilton study. Oh, something 6. Oh no, that just keeps track of what I've already entered, right? Okay, I see. I wonder if it changes or if it just is never there, right? There's a couple different ways that could play out with that puzzle. See, changing the combination in the past having an or in the in the past having an effect in the present. What a cool level. Letter from Muranella Architecture. You write some excitement regarding the planned extension to your home, ready to unveil our plans for your new functional and appealing office space. Should you have time to view our drawings in the coming weeks? It's not a real usable elevator. Oh wait, never mind. Nor my dumbass.
Someone there?
Probably. It was just the wind. Great hall, upper floor, cellar. This one doesn't have a thing I can break. Okay.
Think you're smart? I'll find you.
I am smart. Interesting, that's a way to get under the elevator. I don't know that it matters. Really glad they had those emergency buttons so you can get out. Maxed out on rewire tools. Nice, Eternus. I don't think Kaimom sent me any of those. What do they taste like?
Careful, don't throw it. Drop it gently. It's silver. It's not going to break.
I'm not worried about it breaking.
You know why the basement's sealed off? Blood flies.
Yeah. They should keep the curious away, and we'll come back later to pick up the loot. It's a good, simple plan.
Oh, rats. Haven't seen aggro rats in a while. Dang. Supposed to be horrible. love the fast choke. Makes me so happy. I would love to play an entire stealth game. Like if Dishonored 3 was just time travel stealth. Okay, I feel like there's design space there. There's ways that you could make this challenging. You could have enemies that can time travel too. Crank wheel. I haven't done anything like this before. It's cool because like it's very different from Titanfall. In Titanfall, it's just a really rad action sequence. But here, it's got a kind of natural usage in the form of stealth, which the game is already about. Gotta find somewhere to put this valve. I feel like I'm playing Resident Evil. Can I leave it for myself? No. Somebody at some point came and cleaned it up, cleaned up my mess. They were so right to take away your powers for this stage. Is it time travel related? Could be cool. Oh, right, because they were trying to fix this in the past. Man, I've been underwater in a minute. See, it's mostly been bricked up. Probably because of the infestation. There's only specific places where I can use the watch, right? I can use it to warp, sort of. Climb up on this thing? I can. Nice. Oh, I see the box floated up. That's pretty awesome. Or if I can do something in the... Door's blocked. Can I bring the valve in here? Shut this off? I don't know if I can move it this way, but I'll give it a try. Oh, because I think I can drop it through the hole. Oh man, if this works the way I think it does, that's pretty awesome. I think there's a big enough hole there that I can drop it through. Well, I may have screwed up by throwing it there. Let's see. Yeah, it's still down here. That's cool. Oh man. I feel like this game is doing a couple of puzzles with the time travel thing. Like the safe. It could be doing way more though. That opens the door. Awesome. Delightful. And then now I can get to the rune. That was really rad. I gave me an achievement for it. That's the dev saying we were really proud of this puzzle. Okay. And that's fair. They should be proud of it. We didn't get a lot of opportunity to do puzzles like this in Dishonored, so... No, of course not. That's my point. I think that's all that was down here. I guess it's a rune, that's still a big deal. Very clever indeed. I feel like you could make an entire first-person puzzle game using this mechanic. Like, there have been time travel puzzle games like Braid, but I feel like there's some neat stuff you can do in the 3D first-person space that we haven't really seen. So if this and Titanfall 2 both came out in 2016, indie devs saw it and like, oh man. Locked, huh? It's nothing. This is the doggo from before. It's just the wind. You get the person in the back first. Wouldn't it be cool if you could drop on this guy? I don't think it works that way, but that would be pretty wild.
He never earned those medals. I'm twice the soldier he is. Hey, who is...
Come on, now's not the time for
Where are
a
you
nap.
hiding?
Doo-doo. Where'd you go, bud? There's a lot of people coming for me. Oh, I'm really sorry, Surf. One of my least favorite professional experiences or feelings was warning people that something was a bad idea, and then people disagreeing with me, and then it being a bad idea, because you never get the professional equivalent of an I told you so. Like, you never get, no one ever says, oh man, you were right. I think that would happen to me at Chase is I'd have a situation like that where I'd say, guys, we really shouldn't do B. We should do A instead. A is much better. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. And then we try B, and then we get on a call and someone would say, why do we do this? This is really stupid. And then someone else would say, you know what we really should do? We should do A, and I'd be like, I'm gonna murder all of you. Move for class. Yeah. Because it's lower stakes. I might be able to open that door. Still a bunch of guards over here, but I can more or less just ignore them. Back courtyard, though. Oh, hi. I gotta be freaking them out. You indie developers of the world, take this idea and make an entire game out of it. So far, I've seen it for one level in 2 games that came out in 2016, but there's enough meat here, and you can make a whole game out of it. Yeah, I've been in that position too, Aki. What do you know? I'm prepared with exactly that. Skyward Sword did it first. I suppose that's true. Skyward Sword had like, I guess it's been a while since I played it, but you had like little points where you could move the time, you could time shift. And you had like things that had an aura of time shift around them. I guess that helped them to make the level design a little bit tighter so that the player didn't just have complete freedom to switch timelines whenever they felt like it. I really like being able to see into the other time before you warp there. It's quite smart.
Hard times. Think
You guys freaking out because you saw a body?
Can't stay hidden forever. It's been choked up.
I kind of can, though.
Oh, damn.
Shit, I don't like destination being blocked. I get so confused. I'm like, I guess that was normal. I guess we shouldn't be on like high alert or anything like that. Not necessary. Oh, looking under the thing. That's great. So I can use time shift to not be in the same physical space as the elevator. Thought that would help me with getting to the basement, but I don't think it really did. But fortunately, they made this level pretty robust. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do. It's fairly large. Is the one guard out here? Still blocked on the other side. The cool thing that Skyward Sword did is it made the map relevant, right? Just something that the map almost never really matters in Zelda. Like you don't need it to pass the stage. It's a convenience. but you needed to like walk over platforms that were covered in sand in one time stream and not in the other. Do wish this game had a map. I'm dealing with it, but I'll go ahead and mark this inside. Turn around. Don't need any of that. Why do they let me climb up here? Oh, nice. Awesome. This is such a cool level. I feel like I've enjoyed this whole game, but if the rest of the game was bad, this level alone I think would justify the whole thing. This is a shortcut, okay.
Honestly, why does... You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
Yes, yes.
What's going on here? Someone!
What's happening now?
Wish I could choke them out. %. Very similar to the Titanfall 2 trick.
I didn't do anything to you.
Just saying you could make an entire puzzle game out of this concept. All the way back here. Stilton's whereabouts. The Duke and some of the others are in the study. Make sure they're comfortable. If you need me, I'll be out in the courtyard clearing my head before I join them. I need the most recent code to the study. It's in my notebook. Come find me.
The Duke's party is in the study. Or they were. And Stilton has the lock code.
I think this is where I started. Combination. Even if you didn't do a puzzle game, I feel like if you made an entire Dishonored game or an entire stealth game where the central stealth premise was use time travel to stealth, that would be very cool and I would be very interested in playing it. I'm allowed to kill doggos with impunity. Makes me sad. I wish I could pet the doggos. Back courtyard. Let's go. I don't remember if the similar object in Titanfall 2 gave you a preview of the area you were about to warp to before you warped. I think that helps a lot. It may have, because I think you could do some tricks by, like, using it to get behind enemies.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
Some people's blood flies. Have a command to pet doggo. Command to read its collar. Change the name it displays. Oh, that'd be so mean. I think isn't there a website for canyoupetthedoggo.com? Can you pet the dog or something? I think there's a Does the Dog Die? Which summarizes if any, like, pet animals are harmed in the film. Still can't use magic here. Use the grunts in your squad as a blade of hit points, taking wounds for your important characters. Give them a name, rank, and some background. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I like that. Big fan.
This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight.
Study door combination. With Duke Luca coming tonight, there'd be so many strangers in my house. I agreed to host this cursed seance. Something's gonna happen. You feel it. You change the combination of the study door as I was asked. Let's open something else. 273.
There's the notebook. By rendering Stilton unconscious, I changed the past.
Oh. That's interesting. Is it less ruined now? Oh, that's wild. Ha! So they made 3 levels for this one stage? Because before... Okay, so they... this works from a narrative perspective, it works from a game design perspective, because my first pass through, before I changed the past, the present was almost completely safe. I think there were a couple of Weeper bloodfly slaves and bloodflies and dogs, but no like human enemies. So it was a nice tutorial for the time travel, like, oh, I could freely go to the present and then go to the past where I need to fight somebody. And now there might be danger in both zones. That's genius. Also, an enormous amount of effort on their part. I guess they had one like wireframe. They probably built the layout one time and then put all the assets on top of it, but it's still very, very clever. And you're forced to knock out the guy, I think, in order to change the future. I wonder if it's different if you kill him versus knock him out. They just so casually throw time travel in here, like, I'm not complaining, I dig it. I think it's awesome. Yeah, now there's guards here that weren't here before.
How much time I have before Mr. Stilton returns home? I won't.
$273, I think.
Vice Overseer Byrne. If only you could see this. You'd have nightmares.
No warping in here.
We're
Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
Is she already a vampire lady at that
Delilah is your
point?
rightful Empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions.
It's a cool way to do exposition too. It fits with what's already been happening, right? But like I said, even if the rest of this game was bad, which it isn't, this one sequence would justify the whole game.
By the star. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
From the cold.
And she got rezzed.
She lives.
So we killed her in that DLC. Oh, what's that? That's spooky.
It seems to have worked.
That seems bad.
My spirit is safe now, inside this.
Ah, she's got a Horcrux. Got it.
Luca, you must
Phylactery.
run away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait, you are hidden, but I know who you are.
Wait, can you see
I know
me?
when you are.
Oh, cool.
You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
That's pretty neat. It must have been weird to the other people in the room. Like, what are you talking about?
The void beyond the world is strange. I won't ever understand all I've seen.
By the star. This is more exciting than
Alright, so Delilah has a phylactery statue that we have to destroy in order to make her mortal. Got it.
Cold from forever.
I'll check around here.
I think this is around where I first got the thing. This is like a third level now based on me changing the past. But his study isn't completely trashed now. Just need to find the room I started in again. I think it was close to this room. Like a piano room. Sorry. Muted. So, robocall. I really just need to reject every phone call. I think I get maybe one phone call a year from a number I don't know that I actually want to answer.
Does Artemis Stilton actually play the harp or the piano?
Not that I ever heard.
What am I doing here then?
Google Auto Answer? Oh, I haven't heard of that. What does that do? That hasn't crossed my desk.
Hey, aren't you working another excavation site? Found anything yet? Nothing here. Congratulations.
We don't want you here.
Safe. What is wrong with this city?
Strange women walking around in masks with time watches. If they let me keep the watch, I'm gonna be really surprised. We've been trying to reach you concerning the warranty on your auto loan. Hey, your car's extended warranty. I guessed correctly. Oh my god. Or maybe all these destinations are blocked. No, this is gonna be where my watch gets destroyed, right? The outsider's pissed at me, like you can't change time like this. Give me that watch back. We're not gonna make 2 or 3 variations of every level going forward.
A crumbling island at the very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place where my throat was cut 4,000 years ago. This is where my life ended, and where it began again.
It's interesting.
It's where they made me.
Maybe he's not
This part of the void feels older.
Okay, I don't have my watch. So maybe he's not an eldritch abomination? Maybe like cultists infused a human body? So we'll see.
Right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the wounds only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my
That's a
throat,
surprise.
and I knew I'd waited too long.
Thinking the void is time.
The blood ran out, and I became a god.
That seems nice.
Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will and cunning are second to none. She found this place, the island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her, and she discovered a way to draw from it, tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now, and I don't like it.
Making sure nothing else is going on here, right? I thought he was like a Nyarlathotep Cthulhu monster or something that was appearing as a human.
And hid it away, inside a thing made of bones. She's made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah, you're going to have to find her spirit and give it back to her.
It's in her creepy
Reaching it won't be
angel
easy,
statue.
but what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
Buster Phylactery.
Contains more mysteries than I imagined.
You wake up, oh, my clock's gone. Nuts. Been going to therapy though, so hopefully not for much longer. Oh my god, we still have the clock. You're kidding me.
Now to meet up with Sokolov again at the skiff, after a very strange day.
Okay, it doesn't work everywhere. Maybe they have some limited levels later where it's gonna work again.
More than I can say for the Grand Guard. Yeah, the Duke is rotten and it spreads out from there. But Airman's still...
I'm still shocked that I have it though. I wonder if there's like some specific puzzle areas in areas you've already visited that you can take it to.
Maybe no one else will even notice. But things have changed here. For the better.
Yeah, there's not a bunch of overseers all over the place. Good job changing the past, Emily.
Get what's coming to him, Megan. Lead
rise and fall.
Hey guys, do you remember me?
That was quick. Sorry I couldn't take you to see Stilton myself, but I guess you found the place.
Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Yeah, let's bail.
Yes, I found a way to get around Paolo and Byrne, and I've been to Stilton's house. Let's go.
Alarms rung 0, bodies detected 24, detections 28. Works for me.
Duke Luca Abele tore down the original palace in Karnaca, his birthplace, in order to build a lavish structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serkonos for years. It's said to be a sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego and sense of princely entitlement.
It's all in the past.
What has done to his nation happened while I was Empress. In Dunwall, they were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Can you feel it? This is my last night. Soon I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You should be at peace.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will very soon.
Poor mom. Saw the effects of the void leaking into Erms's house through cracks in reality. Okay, so his house is a special place because of the timeless void being connected to it. So I can keep my clock. Okay, very good. Bad pun is just, I'm just gonna play a sound effect for a joke that makes me groan. You can make different commands, aliases for different kinds of jokes. Not a pun, it's a play on words.
I can't believe it's taken this long for someone to go after the Duke. Another aristocratic boss, living in a palace and sucking the marrow out of the same people who built...
Duke Abele spared no expense on his new palace. It's tacky if you ask me.
It was my hope that Luca would eventually grow up and learn that his actions as ruler of Serkonos have very real consequences.
He could always count on the backing of Dunwall's finances and navy. Maybe without that, he would have developed a healthy
Guess it would be game over if you killed Stilton.
Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Once the Duke falls, it's my hope that we can build something better here. Something more representative and inclusive.
Let's start the briefing.
Are you ready for this?
I've been inside a dozen castles and 100 mansions, and they're the same everywhere. The Duke's palace can't be anything worse than Lady Brisby's social afternoons.
Getting inside might not be the hard part. The Duke doesn't exactly run a tight ship.
Taking down Duke Abele is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the dust.
No, you're correct, Game Saucer.
Which is fine.
He seems to have actual interests and concerns in this one.
But once you're inside the Grand
He gave powers to all kinds of people in the first one. Delilah, Dowd.
in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
I've got a map of the Grand Palace for you, and I know something that may be useful. There's a hidden lever in the pantry that opens a passage to the Duke's vault. If he's keeping anything precious for Delilah,
Guy's
I
hands are
suspect
huge.
That's where it'll be. Beyond that, good hunting.
I'll see what I can do.
He's like Charlie's uncle from Always Sunny with the
and I've got
hand
a lot to
gloves.
think about after all this is done.
It's interesting that a mortal is like capable of screwing with him. That's the interesting part. But maybe that's why they established that he was once mortal right before then. So you don't have this Cthulhu elder god interpretation of him.
Should we head toward the palace?
All right, let's go.
Whatever the
At the
cultists
palace,
were doing.
The Duke has a lookalike
Darkest
devil
dungeon.
meant to confuse
Nyarlathotep
assassins.
shit.
A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abele.
It's remarkable that people tolerate the Duke.
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall, full of toadies sucking up to me, stabbing each other in the back.
Poor Empress. I could see those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept. In the flooded district.
I know you grew up hard.
I feel like they've been trying to build up Megan to...
Dunwall with my face hidden.
Whoa.
But when I got
She got her
tired,
arm
I
back.
could always go back to the tower.
And her eye back. I didn't even notice that when I came back to the ship. She's like, is that a continuity error? Like, no, it was because of
Find what he's holding
Aramis.
for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff.
Man, shit went south because of him dying. We weren't even planning on time traveling to fix that. That's pretty neat. Hey, I got my magic back. And let's put this... Oh, now my watch is gone. Okay, that's fine. Now my watch is ended. What did I have in my up slot before? I gotta go back to the stealth being difficult. I wonder if they did a version of the time travel level where you kept your powers and like test audiences played the level wrong, like how I played what was it? Oh wow, I already forgot the name of it. Ravenloft? No, that's the name of D&D. The area where you're supposed to use the gravity gun to kill all the zombies in Half-Life 2. Dock workers. Ravenholm, thank you. I completely screwed that part up. But they gave me enough ammo that I was able to do it with my regular guns. Oh man, I'm already in the mode of like, oh yeah, I'll just time travel past these guys. Shit, I can't do that anymore. Do this though.
Once, I'd like to see her buy the drinks.
I'm hungry.
Hey, who is
What's going on?
Well, maybe it doesn't work so well when you're that close to them. It's supposed to make it harder for them to spot you. All right, I don't think I saved a single time when I was in the time travel world because there was zero danger.
By decree of the Duke, from this date forward, no one can live within the structures adjacent to the Grand Palace wall.
You were given ample warning. You should have relocated, sir.
There are 3 ridiculous decrees a week. I never thought this would actually happen.
Well, it has. Now, let's work.
I'll check around here.
The shooter has to be hiding over there.
Really wish they wouldn't all have helmets.
Hello? Anybody? Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that.
I won't. Bone charm straight above me, it looks like. Pay what you owe. People here don't like taxes. Got another floor up. Oh man, I really developed time travel muscle memory. Like automatically going to reach and press the button to see this place in the other time zone. That's so cool. I think it's correct for this game that it was just the one level, but like I said, indie devs sitting on a treasure trove. Ah, you do seem overworked. Here, have a nap. Spirited? Elixir just for more mana. Yeah. Cause I gotta equip it before I use an elixir. Seems I do that. Oh shit. The thing that attacks you like instantly. Maybe that's why I got killed. Oh, I already got detected for ghosts a second ago. The guy downstairs saw me before I choked him out. Can't go anywhere near that rail. Looks like I gotta turn off that windmill. That's a nice, convenient line of sight breaking tree.
What happened here?
Whoops. Uh-oh. Hopefully I'm not soft locked.
Some victims were found half devoured. Blood and shit everywhere.
That wasn't me. I didn't devour anybody. Definitely no blood or shit. Oh, that's lovely. 66, 14. All right, there's a Weeper type guy in here. Oh, it did work. Surprising. Is there another... Oh, there was one.
Someone there?
Sure is. I got a rune. Hey, Raker, how you doing? 3, huh? Sprint, catfall. Already did most of my crafting. Block to deflect projectiles. Time slows down when an enemy spots you. That seems good. Oh, it's down. The Parabola of Lost Seasons. Mr. Blonde. Letter from an admirer of Dowd. Dear Alfred, receives the book. Good find. I have my doubts regarding the historical value of the work. The Knife of Dunwall. Feeling remorse about killing the tyrant Jessamine? I like how they didn't linger on the time travel thing either. Emily wasn't like, "Oh my god, your arm and eye are back." Yep, there's folks up there. Doo-doo. Just one person up here? Nope, there's 2 of them.
Come on, come on!
Did someone hear some thunder or something?
Kiss the outsider's balls for luck.
Jump at the littlest things.
That was the wrong place.
Broken glass. I'll just have a look. Be careful. Did you hear that?
Ow.
Let me demonstrate how I earned my officer's commission. Ready? This should I'll be wiping off your blood later. Keep your distance. She's dangerous. Die already. You aren't going anywhere. Die. You hide your face. Let's go. I've been revenge.
Speed choke is great. Don't punch me.
Later, I'll be laughing over
Negative things? Really? That's a really good game. You missed the coolest level in the game so far. Did a Titanfall 2 time travel thing. What did anyone have to say that was negative about it? I think it's like better than Dishonored 1 in virtually every way. Yeah, we had a level where we had this timepiece, and there was a past version of the level and a present version of the level. And while holding out the timepiece, I could see a little crystal that would show me what was going on in the other world that I wasn't in. So I could use it to stealth. I could go back in time to go behind a guard, go back forward in time to choke him out. It's pretty dope. Yeah, it was really, really well done. They did some really cool puzzles with it too. Like there's only one. I guess there's two puzzles. There's a safe where you can see the correct combination of the safe in the present, and then go back in the past and open it. And then there's a really involved water puzzle that was cool enough that they like gave you an achievement for doing it. I'm sure they were proud of it.
Delilah. Her soul is familiar to me.
That's probably fair. The magic in Dishonored 1 was kind of like an OBT dubs thing. It's like we have this really cool, mostly non-magical world. OBT dubs, there's this outsider guy and this crazy shadow magic. I guess they explored the magic a lot more in the DLC for the first game.
The palace.
But that's mostly to set this one up.
Find another way to neutralize the Duke.
I'm actually way more interested in the rules of the setting than in like the specifics of the politics. But most of the story is focused on the politics side of it than on the world building. I guess world building still happens when you read books and stuff.
Don't look so disappointed. It's not about merit. The inner circle is packed with the Duke's pets.
It'll be a long night.
At least I'm not one of them.
Exactly. And think, when this fighting over thrones is settled, the Duke's going to need men to take charge in the Northern Isles. By this time next year, you could be in charge of Windown or Freyport.
Where even the most desirable have skin like pale slugs.
That's what the brand is for.
Oh, we've got robots again. I need to get more mana potions. I didn't realize I was running so low.
We're no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely.
2 fruits and 2 ounces of vegetables.
Whatever you need, I can't help you.
People don't hide their faces.
I don't recognize you.
What's going on? What is that?
People don't hide their faces.
Did you say you could hit him in the head? Or
Dude's gotta chill out. Oops. You didn't see anything.
Is that my breath I'm smelling? Maybe my teeth aren't due for their monthly cleaning.
Super pretty.
What?
Of course it's blocked.
What I wouldn't do for a bottle of pear soda.
I must have a talk with the cook. That did not
Oh,
taste
the look on
anything
his
like pigeon.
face.
It's
Well, who was
beyond
he expecting? The
embarrassing.
Empress?
I won't be able.
So we gotta go destroy Delilah's Horcrux phylactery. And do some other things.
Not feeling well.
Oh, cool. I love that they let you do stuff like this. Okay, so there's little boxes I can drop down on, right?
Come on. Don't have time for games.
Cool. A couple dudes up there. Open the latch. I think that just deactivates the alarm. Maybe it kills someone if they try to turn it on.
Someone there? No way. Over there. Let's see how you handle yourself. Kneel down to your betters. Later on, you laughing over rum about how.
Shit. Where's my autosave? Probably as soon as I got in here. Try to get him as he comes down the stairs. I gotta get back in the habit of saving every few minutes. Got spoiled by the stopwatch level.
Never-ending paperwork. What's the point of being my father's son if I have to slave away like this? Sometimes a man just needs time by himself. My responsibility is way upon me.
All right, Chopper. Ready? This shouldn't take long. Stay back. Let's go. Damn you! I'll kill you for that.
Ouch. Alright, so I gotta find out what to do with him. Is this vault like nearby, perhaps?
When I first met with my inner circle, I saw nervous faces. Even the boldest were afraid, wondering if we'd live to see another feast. Now Serkonos is ascendant, but this is a story that began long years before. I knew Delilah when I was only a boy, and even after she was lost, dead, and gone from the world, her memory burned in my mind. Until finally I began to hear her
brand.
whispering, calling to me from the void. Telling her story of growing up in Dunwall Tower, and the half-sister who cheated her of her throne. Then she told me there was a way to bring her home. Delilah. Beautiful. Immortal.
You're fine. Duke Abele or his body double. Identify and talk to the body double. Here's Delilah's spirit. I thought I saw a person in here. Man, this place is a little rich. A little rich for my taste. Bathing salts. Just think of the heating costs. Delilah's Chambers. Really like her paintings. The AC it's gonna get you. It's like South Italy, right?
Seem like such an unlikely match. How in between them, I wonder.
I don't know if I can wake up an NPC. Don't even notice that I grabbed the dude. Only possible with quadruple choke speed bone charm crafting.
Her eyes held such contempt.
Anyone here? Show yourself.
I stayed hidden the entire time she was here.
I'll be wiping off your blood later. Kneel down to your betters.
Wow. Too bad, I thought I was close enough to get her on the first pass. He seemed fine with all the gunshots though, maybe he's the fake one. He's got to be the body double, right? Stolen Breath. Pulling enemies towards you with far reach is now stealthy and quiet. Consumes more mana. Does that mean that I cannot? No, okay. So don't know, he is definitely the body double. I don't know why he won't talk to me. I Google it here in a second. There we go.
No offer to bow or kiss my hand.
I could say the same.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you, and what do you want?
I think you're the body double.
Listen, I think you're the Duke's body double. You can't have any love for the man. I'm here to end his rule, and I have an idea you should hear.
All right, you've figured it out. But if you're not here to assassinate the Duke, what do you want?
I want him to take a
It
nap.
occurs to me that you might make a more agreeable Duke than Luca Abele.
You can
If I
tell
wanted
that from
to
what they're
depose
saying when you're in the
him
room, I
without having to slit
suppose.
his throat, do you think you could convince people that you're the Duke?
That's bold. I have to admit it's crossed my mind. If people believed that I was actually Duke Abele, and that he was the political decoy, we could have him committed for lunacy. We could convince everyone that the Double's finally lost his mind and believes he's the Duke. I've spent years perfecting my performance. But there's a catch. He's got a medallion that I need. Even if I sound convincing, which should be the easy part, his Grand Guard officers will ask to see the medallion as proof. Luca never puts it aside.
All right.
Can do.
It shouldn't take me long. Once it's done, I'll be leaving the city. Soon after, I'll send instructions from Dunwall, and I'll expect a great deal of flexibility and cooperation on your part. There's still time to pull Serkonos back from the edge of the cliff. We can undo the damage Duke Abele has inflicted.
I'd like that. But I'll guide Serkonos in the ways I see fit for the people here, not as the hand-chosen puppet of your empire. If you agree with that, just render the Duke unconscious and bring him to his chambers. I'll handle the rest.
Got part of that already done. Thank goodness for my grappling hook power, right? Already opened the doors. Oh, it's downstairs, it looks like. Maybe he's got a sleep in bed and a bang in bed. It wouldn't let me talk to him, though. He wasn't accepting the prompt until after he left the room for whatever reason.
I'll take the medallion and call him.
I'll be watching. Break a leg.
Don't worry. I've spent years mimicking this asshole.
The whole thing is dependent on him never stealing his
Come at
medal.
once to my chambers. There's a problem. Quick, hide up there.
Okay, they're not going to make me actually do it. Gotcha.
Yes, Captain. Please arrest this clown. Seems that he took his role a little too seriously. Get your hands off me. Work man. He served me well for years. We'll never find anyone else who so bears my resemblance. Take him away, Captain. But be gentle.
I think I understand, Your Eminence. We'll handle it.
What? This is outrageous. I'll have you all skinned alive and set in a salt bath. If only there was something we could do for him. I suppose all those years pretending he was me, that eventually took its toll.
After this, we gotta go destroy Delilah's phylactery.
You can't do this.
Dr. Hypatia at Adamire will know what to do with the poor man.
I think she's still alive. And they're gonna be like, it's too bad Dr. Hypatia's dead. Otherwise, no one at Admire will know what to do. Alright. This would be a situation where having the reduced fall damage would be convenient. Hopefully I get one more chance to go to a shop before the end of the game.
Trouble in this part of town? Honestly, why? I can't do anything for you. You better run.
see what Duke Abele keeps hidden away in here.
Well, wonder if they were supposed to put say Delilah's spirit there. I was just supposed to say investigate the room, and you're like, oh shit, it's Delilah's thing.
This must be the Duke's vault.
Okay, well I've got the key to it. Oh, I see. It was a pylon that killed me. Gotcha. Quick enough about it. It works.
The machine is experiencing uncertainty.
Let's see.
Playback is
the Duke.
Playback for unambiguous cooling down.
No one else heard that, right? There's more robots in here, which makes sense.
Increasing oil tank temperature. General detection state. Playback for detection registered.
Oh shit.
Okay, enemy encountered.
Still love their voice.
Okay,
Right, this is the recording that plays when the machine is damaged. Very cool. Hey, whalebone. A broken gazelle ornament. Interesting. Wow, he's got a lot of money in here. Good lord. I know, right? That's my favorite picture, I think, for Dishonored. And it never comes up, like nothing like that. Old Sea Beast.
This is the thing Ashworth made to hold Delilah's spirit.
This is it. You must release me from this dead vessel. Only then will you be able to trap Delilah's spirit.
Oh, that's interesting. So I get her spirit into the Tessamines.
You were all I ever wanted.
I like carrying you in a heart.
Trying to guide you. The world is better for your influence.
Be at peace, Mother. I will honor you, always.
I love you. And this is the final thought I carry into the past.
So I gotta stab the heart after I put her soul into it. I wonder if she'll talk to me.
So it's
She
done.
super would.
Now to take Delilah's spirit to her.
This, the heart of my half-sister? Only her flesh remains.
I wonder if it was even really alive.
I don't think she talks. I'm just trying to see.
Jessamine is gone at last.
Oh, she does. That's cool.
Faded into nothing.
Neat.
Her war is peace. You will never gain back what you lost here.
Lots of cool paintings here, actually. And there's so much rad concept art for Dishonored. I'm glad they show it off in game. But it's all stuff that's like hinted at in lore books. I'm trying to think if I've really seen another fictional work that has so much world building, but that the main story is not involved with basically at all. It's kind of cool in a way, you know? And there's only probably less than 10... Oh, shit. Say less than 10 very supernatural events that occur in all of Game of Thrones. So maybe like Game of Thrones, but if all of that stuff was just discussed by characters like Old Nan and we never actually saw any of it happen most of the time. The only one we saw is the Outsider. Gold alloyed with whalebone.
Spotted someone suspicious.
I think so.
Let's go. Who's running around over there?
Aristocratic profile, but hostile.
No, I'm counting the dragon as one. The dragon is comparable to the Outsider in this one. Ouch. Hi, Benedict. Thought that was a boat I could take.
You ready? You hide your face, coward! You won't get away! What the? Show yourself!
Goodbye, Grand Palace. Hi, Ben. You just gonna keep your butt in my face? Is that your plan? I need to fix the... There's a coffee table that's like right in front of the door that goes to our deck. And the kitties like to sit next to the window at the door because the sunlight comes in. But like for them to get to the window, they have to cross over the bottom part of the coffee table, and it makes a shitload of noise.
Anyone here? Show yourself.
Rendezvous with Megan. Maybe that boat was supposed to be a rendezvous? Hold on. Maybe they didn't want me to leave all the way out. Nothing to see here. Move along. This is even more subdued than Game of Thrones, I guess is my point.
You can't have gone far. No way! You aren't going anywhere. Run away!
He's got a private dock. Shit. Okay.
No use running.
I think because I had the heart out, it was suppressing the other indicators. Oh, it was super close too. Wow, that's a bummer. I might actually have, well, let's see. Does it keep multiple autosaves? Let me make a save myself just in case. Oh, I can't save when I'm in danger. This should be fine.
I know you're here somewhere.
Probably even further back than that, huh? That's way too far. Ah, whatever. We'll give it a shot.
I can't see any way to reach her.
I like subtle think it's interesting though that like there are really significant elements to the world this is set in that aren't explored at all. It would be like if your only experience with Star Wars was following like a bounty hunter or something that never encountered any Jedi. And, like that would still be cool. I'm on board with that. I could have just walked right out the back and it would have been fine. Shoot. The hearts would got me.
There. Now to wait.
I'm very used to just about every writer out there. If they come up with something like the Jedi, they really want to make sure that you meet a Jedi. They don't want to talk about the Jedi and then that never become part of the story. That's not necessarily what's going on in this. When you talk about the Outsider, and both characters have a personal relationship with the Outsider.
From now on, the Duke will be guided by better stars.
Back to the dreadful Wale, then, and on toward Dunwall.
Yes, at long last.
Dope.
To take back the throne and find a way to save my father.
Ready then?
Before I kill you, Delilah, do you have a way to not turn someone not into a marble statue?
Let's set out.
All right, as you want.
45 detections. Marty, you're still not a graceful kitty, but I cleaned up the counter up there to keep you from destroying anything. He's a kitty.
I grew up with this broken skyline. The muted colors and the way the light falls. It's Dunwall, but it's not. Have I changed, or does everything just look different when you're not wearing a crown? Whatever grand scheme you've got underway now, Delilah, you were smart when you stole this place from me. You knew who among my people to corrupt, and you took away my strongest ally, my father. But you didn't know me. You only saw a sheltered princess. You never thought I'd fight back. You don't know me, Delilah.
You don't know me. That's her song. Marty. Hey, Marty. What you doing? Are you licking the olive oil? Yeah, that's what you're doing. Some people's cats, man. You can see him with his silly walk because of his brain problems. You front wheel drive, kitty? Is that how you do, Marty? We're lucky we got him. People didn't want to adopt it because of his brain problems, but he just kind of walks like he's drunk. It's cute. Grieve for a second time. What was it like to walk with her heart somewhere near, but never quite in the real world? Well, full of eldritch stuff that hardly ever factors into the story. I mean, that's Dishonored. It seems like eldritch stuff is happening around the story all the time. Because you have a closer connection to it through the shadow magic you get from the Outsider, but it's like... it's not necessarily moving events forward. Like, you can totally play this game without ever using the Outsider shadow powers. A lot of Lovecraft books are like that too. They don't like directly explore the creepy thing.
Coming from such a background, taking the throne.
It's cool that we've been seeing that in progress so far. Sokolov.
You know where to go to find Delilah, but how will you handle her? It's my hope that you have some sort of plan.
It could be tricky. She might not give me any choice but to fight. And Delilah deserves whatever she gets.
At my age, I've come to distrust words like deserve. As I've told you, I knew her long ago. Badly wounded, deep at her center, but cunning, and looking for a way to pull herself up. Perhaps more than anything, Delilah had a talent for imagining the world as a better place. If only that could have been channeled towards something less twisted.
It's probably too late to dwell on regrets.
That would have been nice.
Yes, you're right. In any case, please watch yourself. I've come to care a great deal about you.
Goodbye, Anton.
Can you guys give me a final shot? Because that would be real nice.
You on the deck outside. She seemed cagey earlier, even more than usual.
Megan's got bone charms?
If I hadn't killed the Duke's brother so long ago, would any of this have happened?
Why do you have 2 bone charms? Should have found that a long time ago. I wonder if that's been on the boat the whole time and I just didn't equip a bone charm to find it. I want to make a custom version of that. Can I do that? Disenchant. Make sure I get the trait, yeah. Craft 4 traits. That would have been awesome to have at the very beginning of the game. I said earlier, I kind of wish that the way this game worked is it gave you, like if you found a bone charm, it lets you create. Eating food reduces health, that's fine. If you found a bone charm, it lets you create one from a list, because it has that problem you tend to run into where, you know, you get a cool bone charm that you could center your build around, but you don't get it until the very final level of the game, because that's just arbitrarily where they threw it. They didn't necessarily place the bone charm so that the most powerful ones are at the end. Gain health during Shadow Walk, maximum health increased. Downs are less likely to affect you. Don't really care about the blood flies one. Let's see how much faster it is. Oh boy. It's faster with quadruple than it is walking. I love it. Should have come in here sooner. Dowd. Really Lurk. Oh, I remember Lurk. Killed her, sort of.
No one will ever know exactly what it took to save Emily Caldwin from a living death.
Okay, that's Michael Madsen, and I'd be shocked if they got him back for one audio log, so I wonder if this was just recorded in the DLC and they reused it here?
Puppet, no one except the outsider, who watches everything and thinks his own dark thoughts and speaks to few in any generation. Learn that our choices always matter.
Yeah, end of DLC 1.
Somewhere.
Betrayed Dowd.
Later, in ways we can't always consequences come back to us. I came from Serkonos to Dunwall as a boy. Made my living as a killer. One of the few who've heard the outsider's voice. I murdered an Empress, but saved her daughter, who will one day rule the Empire. Those were my choices. I'm ready for what comes.
Dishonored 1. Oh, the location of bone charge was random? That's a little bit more interesting then. I guess you get something different each time you play it. Yeah, a quick choke completely changes the game, I feel like. Sweet Deirdre. Do you think they're setting something up with Megan? We'll see.
I wanted a chance to talk.
Quick joke makes it so if I get detected by more than 2 guards, it's not game over.
That for a long time, but it's a lie.
Is she actually Billy?
My name is Billy Lurk.
Holy shit, she survived!
Secrets. Why do I feel like you've got more to say?
So I thought they were getting it, but I was wondering why she would change her name.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people.
Why don't you use your shadow magic anymore?
Some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
Whatever it is, spit it out.
Maybe
Our
Dowd
leader
spared
was
her.
the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together. We were paid to...
You helped Dowd kill my mother?
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
You're a monster.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did. But suffering has a way of twisting people. You're a different woman today than you were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt.
We never did see her
Not all
face,
of
she
us
always
did
had the
what I
mask
did,
on.
Or became what Delilah
So
became.
DLC 1 is about Megan, and
I know
DLC
you'll
2 is
never
about
get
Delilah.
over it, but neither will I.
I hope not. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff, and I'll go alone from here.
Very cool.
If old Samuel could see me now.
Driving my own boat. The other stuff she does isn't that big of a deal, but piloting a boat's pretty hard. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can track down a shop here. Hey, back to Dunwall. I do like the bookends, starting in Dunwall, spending most of the game in Serkonos, and coming back to Dunwall at the end. Kind of a classic story structure.
Back to the cage of my own chest.
Oh, I will. Delilah will be made mortal again.
You let your mother slip into oblivion. Do you know where my mother's resting? In a child's coffin, her skinny legs tucked beneath her, because I couldn't afford proper burial, while my father rests in the Imperial crypt.
You're lying.
You still can't accept it, little girl. Your father was born a nobody. I inhabit your mother's heart, and my body walks the halls of your crumbling palace and sleeps between your sheets.
If I learned anything in Karnaca, it's that birth shouldn't give anyone the right to rule. You earn it every day by serving the people who need you. Now I'm coming to end your tyranny, Delilah.
Cool. Now, not like defending absolute monarchy at all. It's not great. But doesn't like having a succession rule and passing on leadership based on bloodlines, isn't that helpful with stable transfer of power? I mean, obviously that doesn't work all the time. I guess I wonder how often you would have chaos. There ends up being strife about every 4 to 6 generations. Still quite a lot.
Full of stab wounds for you, throwing up blood in an alley.
Oh, I didn't think that was a guard. Holy shit, they are guards.
This won't take long.
You shouldn't have wandered
Interesting.
outside without bodyguards, m'lady. I'll cut you in half. You! I bet you've been living a...
Okay, good to know. Civilians are all armed now. I got decent in Serkonos at telling the difference between civilians and guards, because guards tend to have the same outfits every time. About the right order of magnitude. Gotcha.
Hey, you! Looking for the road for you!
She won't go anywhere. I'll keep that nice scarf of yours.
I'ma cut you. Not your lucky day, it seems. I'll crush
You look tough, hiding your face.
Everybody calls out the fact that I've got a mask on.
Finally know
Well,
your place.
and that place is dead. Let's try this again. You have passed from this world. Meow. Hi, Marty. Ooh, woof, all the way back. That's okay. I don't know if I'm gonna get another chance to shop before the endgame. I need mana potions really badly. Never heard that term before. Gavelkind? Gavelkind? Oh right, don't eat food. Oops. Oh hey, it's a shop, thank
Everything's
God.
gone to the void here. Can't hurt to be stocked up on munitions.
Using the spyglass, the crossbow has perfect aim.
I used to go and pray at the Abbey, but I haven't seen a single overseer in days. You won't regret it.
Glad we could do business. I'll take that deal.
Key to the City Watch Armory.
Ah, you want blueprints?
Yeah, I haven't shopped in a while. Sun mines are useful for the robots.
Come back next time you need something.
So when the heirs divvy up the kingdom evenly, ooh,
Good to
yikes.
see you again.
Always leads to wars.
Come in, my friend. I like how you spend.
I like how I spend too. Let's save. Actually, I'm gonna top off here and then buy again.
Welcome back.
So I don't have anything else to spend money on right now.
My door's always open.
Do you like this music? Oh, dogs. What? Never seen that happen before. Is that just because I was peering out from cover, I guess? That's a lot of dead people. Yeah, shame is a word to describe that.
Dunwall Tower,
where I grew up. Cat cam. See Marty staring me down. Hi, Marty. Meow. Actually, real quick, while I have that pulled up. Can I change? I can. Cool. He's such a Marty. What a goof. That didn't mess up that one? Perfect. Kill moves consistently missing. These are the guys that I thought guards always look like. Oh, they're hanging. Well. Right on. This is the low chaos. I could have been doing this. What happened?
I saw the High Overseer fall. All is lost.
Seems pretty dead.
The Abbey assaulted the tower?
Somehow we were overcome. Not just Delilah's sorcerers and their gravehounds, but mechanical men.
Of course the automated soldiers are here. That's why I've bought more stun mines. Like, they're not going to not use all their enemies.
Rest now. But know that I'm going to end Delilah's reign. I swear it.
At death's door, I smell the corruption of the void upon you. A heretic against a heretic. Laughable. The world is doomed.
Presumably he doesn't say that if I didn't let myself get marked by the outsider. This is a pretty sweet way to do the hero's journey. come back to the starting area with all these new powers, and like the entire area is very different now. I wonder if, I guess they're showing me rats can fit under there. Aw, really? That's too bad. Whale oil. Guard deserting. He said Empress Emily was a traitor and the Lord Kobo had been killing off nobles. I believed it. Now I'm sure I was being naive. We all got taken on that one. Everyone's 10 times worse now than it's ever been. See, you should trust me. I see. Oh, she's got evil spy trees everywhere. Fantastic. This is kind of a long hallway. So let's see if there end up being any enemies. Whoa. That's cool. All the cover here makes me nervous, right? Which reminds me of a section in Bloodborne. Don't kill the lady. Yes, attack it in the body, the one part that you can't permanently destroy. And I died. Alright, so I need to find a way to deal with those dogs from a distance. Maybe I can crossbow bolt them while they're on the ground. How far back is this? Yeah, before I open the gate. Okay. Just reminding you about whale oil. Yeah, go for it, Game Saucer. Of course. Empress Delilah's new plans. Only Colin's fate is unknown. We know now that several of the ministers are dead, believed to have been assassinated, and the parliament has been set ablaze by a group of unknown arsonists. Doesn't seem like a super safe place to live now, I have to say. Malignant goddess chained to the center of the world. It's like a water world. The world itself. It's magic. Manifestations of the way she's contained. This is given shape through her power being absorbed into the medium in which she's trapped. The escape power is magic, that makes sense. That's cool. Oh, so they have to use magic to keep her from shattering the world? Like, how much, what's the critical mass of magic that has to be used for everything to be fine? One guy casts magic missile a week, is that enough? You think so, Emily? I don't think I noticed her say that last time. Guess I should have bought crossbow bolts. You didn't see anything.
Let's have a look around.
No reason to look around. You just replace all your guards with witch ladies? Fine, just killing your dogs. I'm actually gonna back up real quick and buy a full stack of crossbow bolts now that I have to deal with witch dogs. Oh shit, forgot about those things. I think the dogs I killed, their skulls will stay dead. We'll see. Yo, I am back.
Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
I'll take that deal.
May as well use my money on something.
Glad we could do business.
You want blueprints for better weaponry.
My door's always open.
Okay. Not something that people didn't think about. Not advisable to use magic like it's going out of style, since magic is intricately linked with the land itself. Using too much magic can destroy the land. Okay. So, like, the closer you are to the center of the world, the more powerful magic is. That's a cool concept. She's kind of like a Fisher King character. Like, the health of the land waxes and wanes with her health. Let's try this again. Three of them over here. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
When else? They're no good otherwise. Like she's the only one who knows how to gather black. Next time I'll try it with a waxing gibbous. I'll be her favorite. And if that doesn't do it, what I can do.
God, there's such witches. Witch stereotypes.
Huh?
Right, I forgot I move so fast now while sneaking. Y'all are goofs. Wish I could carry more sleep darts. Interesting. I don't think this game ever teaches you how those dogs work. Maybe it did, and there's a note about it, but you learn how to fight them in the second Dishonored 1 DLC.
What's going on?
Nothing to see here, everything's fine. Shit, I think I killed someone. God damn it. I was trying... Oh, I gotta start saving again. I was trying to shoot the skull. I've come this far without kills. I should be able to keep that up. Oh no, how far back is this? It's pretty far. Okay. I'll save next time after I take out the witches. Whoops. Just cannibalize another god. That's why she's like the most important god, in a way. If I can just skip all those. Don't banshee scream me. Void is calling, blah blah blah. That's a really neat concept. Think I blew it up? Ooh, sneaking through the bloody sewers. Yeah, let's do that. Don't eat food. Food is death. Oh right, I can destroy wooden doors. I completely forgot I invested in that ability. It cost me like 5 points too. Note from Delilah. Following the Abbey's pathetic assault, I want the power shut off in the security room and I want this rickety old contraption locked. No more supplicants from the city riding up to beg for my graces. Come to the throne room only if your need is dire, and woe be to anyone from outside the coven who disturbs me while I'm painting. Man, I really thought they were going to go a direction with Delilah being kind of a gray leader, but she is clearly a super evil tyrant, right? Restore power to the elevator room. Oh. Maybe that was all just a setup. The stuff about her growing up as a commoner.
Says Delilah's up in the throne room, but a few days ago she was spending all of her time in that bleak little overseer chapel. What's afoot? What's she working on?
She probably found it funny, using the chapel as a studio, mixing pigments where those fools used to preach their nonsense. But she moved to the throne room when she was ready to start her new painting.
Always exciting.
That looks fun.
But this one is special. Delilah's change everything. The world and all the spheres beyond. Go take a peek of it, if you dare.
I feel like they're making a much better use of the dogs in this stage than they did in the first game, in the DLC. Here it's like, are you taking your time to explore the map?
Delilah up in the throne room. It makes me furious seeing the tower like this.
Aw, I drew this of Corvo. That's adorable. It's around where we started, right? Whoops. Shit.
You're not wanted here.
Go to sleep. There's a Japanese wrestler, I don't know his name, that's his signature move is go to sleep. Go to sleep, ooh. Robust. Elixirs restore more health. Mary Kate's diary. High and mighty overseer himself was here when Delilah took the throne. Look on his face. She vanquished Emily the False and her Serkonan father. Oh, I didn't actually realize Corvo was supposed to be from Serkonos. That's interesting. Neat. Let's save, because I've been bad about that. Keep wanting my time travel watch back. They were right to only do it for one level, but it was so good. Oh, it's a clockwork robot. So you got all the different kinds of enemies here.
When this plays, check central rotor. Machine is running at low speed. This indicates the search protocol is underway.
Come check out the sound. Perfect. Oh shit. really need that robot to come investigate. But it refuses. Living beings passively absorb magic from the land without using it. Oh, that's interesting. It's like you let your life wither to... It's like the opposite of the Fisher King. The edges of the world. Oh, this probably could have been more effective than what I was doing before. Maybe I can't set it though.
Well.
Shouldn't seem to care about her sleeping buddy.
Hello, wake up. I'll grind your skull into a very fine powder and drink it.
Entering combat state.
Hurry up. Don't you dare. Oh, you wasted. Wait. Double shot. I love it. Oh, but she died from that? I thought the stun bomb was only supposed to... Alright. Okay, I got a double hit. The further in the center you go, the older everything is. That's cool. It's very, very rad. Really gotta save more, man.
Playback for cooling down.
Save after doing that. Oh, god damn it. But that time it worked, it was just unconscious. Maybe it's because they were too close to the robot? That's my guess. Maybe the robot exploded and it killed the witch. It doesn't look like that's what's happening though. Weird. Whatever. I got the thing done that I needed to do. I like that kind of world building of starting with the rules and then trying to figure out like what's the history, what should the history be based on those rules. Made sure I understood this before I got into the tower. It's clever of them.
With the power on, I can take the elevator to the throne room.
The belly rumble means digesting oil.
Wire bucket skin. How do you want to die?
I think they spawned in after I turned the power on. That's how I came up with my D&D setting with the whole takes 200 years or whatever for the planet to rotate. What kind of consequences does that have for society? You shared this in the tabletop channel in Discord, Game Saucer. They'd probably dig it. Even if it's for your own, if it's for non-tabletop purpose, like it's a good place to talk about world building in general. Maybe which magic is passively acquired is way too low at the edges to support. Sure. That's a neat way to keep your technology level low if cities are basically fading away all the time. Don't eat food.
I adore the sound they make hitting bottom. So delicate, so fine.
The old woman we pushed off the roof cared more about these dishes than she did her own rotten bones. She begged us not to break anything else.
Oh, please, not that one. It's over 100 years old.
No, that belonged to Emperor. You heard Jacob called when it was a wedding gift.
The older it is, the more exciting to smash, I say.
Yes. Why is that, I wonder? Another mystery. Huh?
Well, they can get in here to investigate, can they?
I don't like that. Better have a look.
More bodies. Well, let's save. I haven't saved in a minute. Let's load.
I'll be her favorite when she sees what I can do with a bit of cat fur and a bow. Round man's
Let's have a look around.
What's going on?
Fill my pillow with your hair for luck.
Fill your pillow. That's funny. Shit.
Time to cry and bleed. See what I can do? I'll paint my nails red with your blood.
Ben, please don't walk in front of the computer. Good, swing your sword. I keep thinking she's gonna swing much sooner than she is. Really glad I picked up the deflect projectiles ability.
And drink it with tea. I'll tear you to pieces.
There we go, first try.
So here we are, where my dear lying half-sister Jessamine and I played as children. Where your mother bedded your father, then gave birth to you. Where she was murdered by Dowd and his black-hearted crew. The place that ruined both our lives.
Yeah, that's true. Not an unreasonable way to describe it. Elevator. Oh, I like all the overseer helmets. Yeah. This is a fun trope in video games. Return to an early area, but everything is different. Save real quick. just in case. So that sets up for a lot of adventures too. Characters need to go to the edge and come back. That's neat. Oh, he can't jump up through the roof in that one. Okay. Fair enough.
You will take me back and die at my hands.
This seems like a boss fight arena. Just a little bit. I like how Dunwall is very gray, but it's like particularly gray right now. Okay, so I can't warp up anywhere, I don't think. Ouch. Come on, get up. There you can do it. Good job. Barbed wire everywhere, which is incredibly rude. Can't get all the way up there, no matter how I try. That's not a thing I can climb on. Alright, let's go this way. Very bossy. Sneak into the window. Whoa, what'd she do to this place?
What has Delilah done to my throne?
It's crazy. Hey, you're mortal again, you goof.
And I will show you my vision.
Oh, Mario 64 up in this biz.
Father?
Or Corvo. Alright, let's go. Delilah's painting. The world as it should be.
This is the world she dreams about.
Kill is my only choice here. Oh wait, find another way to eliminate Delilah. Wonder if it requires that I go somewhere else. This is like where you fight her in Dowd's DLC. She's so full of herself. Maybe it involves going to the chapel. Let's see. Go back to the Overseer Chapel. If I can knock her out, though. The statues can spot me. That's a cool way to do that. I wonder if I can use Shadow Walk against her.
Like a silhouette.
Bunch of dialogue lines all at once. Alright, try it again. Looks like that was gonna work, maybe. I'm just gonna try to knock her out and then maybe go explore and figure out how I can deal with her non-lethally. That was weird. Weird. You need to attune yourself to magic rather than to nature before you can manifest it. Oh, once I come through here, is it already too late for me to find out a non-lethal solution? Hold on, let's see. I think I made a save before I popped in here. Thanks, Lit Effects. Yeah, I wouldn't mind just knowing what the non-lethal option is. If it involves me exploring the rest of the castle, or if I can do it from inside there. Another way I could have gotten in here, I guess. That's cool. Without having to turn on the elevator. Do something elsewhere in the castle. Is it the chapel? I think it usually will like cross it off. If you're not able to do it anymore, you know? Cool, thanks. There's nothing here, is there? There's like a dog skull trapped on top of this thing or something. I keep hearing dog noises when I'm around it. Weird. Yeah, I think there's a dog stuck up there. That's funny.
Overseer.
Equip the heart. About that. Hopefully it didn't involve me getting there before I blew up the heart. Well, I destroyed one door that was locked. Thanks, Lit Effects. Because if I'm going to kill anyone in the game, Delilah would make sense, but... Gotcha, okay. Yeah, I feel like the game would tell me if I couldn't do it anymore, but...
Playback indicates some detection without certainty.
What's better happen?
Unauthorized presence. Combat Protocol 6.
Why is there a tree?
Delilah on Rune Harmony. Bending the energies of the void was tricky, but I managed to corrupt runes of bone from my great painting. Got all the ingredients ready in the chapel. Dried kelp and algae from the moats. Flowers from the greenhouse. Ground the dust and made into pigment. Human bones. Choose the fluids of terror and regret. Mustering patience, I'll continue painting until the final rune is ready to affix to the throne. 2 corrupt aligned with 2 of the purest. If this harmony is unobserved, the magic of the painting can get twisted and fail or turn against me. I'm glad she wrote that down.
By crafting more corrupt runes, I could disrupt Delilah's painting.
Wow, I need corrupt runes? I think I have tons of corrupt runes, don't I? But I haven't used enough runes to pick up that power. I'm like, that's a power that I'm never going to want. It costs 6 and I can't get to that. That's too bad. I don't think I could possibly do it. Assuming it's not like a special thing I can do in this room.
It worked. I painted the chapel, but added a tree to the painting. After arranging the runes across the chair, both pure and corrupted, I was able to transpose the chapel made of paint with the one made of stone.
The machine has lost its quarry.
I should be able to do the same to all the Empire.
Playback indicates
My greatest
lost enemy.
transposing my painting. The world as it should be. With this wretched dung heap we're all born into. At last, all will be made proper and good.
Do you know, are all the ingredients I need to put on that thing inside this room, loot effects? After corrupt rune. Dried algae, pigment, and human bones. Gotta be like paint here, right? Tuning it to yourself using a ritual, tuning it to a catalyst, potions, focus, like wands, psyche, tattoos. That's cool. It's a neat way to separate those out. 2 algae, pigments, and a skull. Are they all throughout the... dungeon, or are they all in this room? Okay, thanks. Oh, here's the pigments, right? Oh, that was all we needed. Algae, pigment, skull. Dope. Thank you. Appreciate the help.
Ambergris. Where am I gonna get that? Maybe the ink.
Precious ambergris. It's a whale vomit, isn't it? Thank you, Futurama. I guessed it was in the chapel, and I guess I'd be able to do everything in the room, but it was helpful to know for sure, because I was stressed out about, like, whether I should leave the room and search through the entire building, or if that was going to be fine. Yeah, there's like a dog skull that's clipped into the top of the elevator. I can see it when it's moving upward, I think. Weird. Cat cam. You guys are pathetic. Do you know that? Absolutely pathetic. Just waiting for me to move.
If I change the number of corrupt runes attached to the throne, it should turn Delilah's painting against her.
Okay. Place your unconscious body on the throne with the corrupt rune. Can I use lethal attacks against her replicas? Be nice if I could take them all out non-lethally beforehand. We can trap her in the painting as the technically non-lethal option, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. So I could probably win this without too much trouble if I'm allowed to be lethal. There's too many of them for me to sit and knock them all out even with the speed thing. I assume I can use lethal methods. There's just too many of them for it to depend on me doing it non-lethally, right? There's no way. There's a tricky way to take on this area more easily. I was wondering about that earlier. If I could sneak up to the paintings. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I did find one, but it still triggered aggro. think it involves inspecting the statues and chucking them all out from there, but... Yeah, that's what I thought. She's hidden among some of the statues. That's pretty cool. I wish there were more bosses that had mechanics like this. I guess they need to be super powered like Delilah. Now I can turn off. Showing how goofy they're being. But she saw me that time was the problem? Okay, I see. So maybe I need to do that one last. She aggro. I gotta phrase this question. Wonder if she would aggro from sleep bolts against statues I've correctly identified or not. God damn it. It's combating the when it's gonna prompt me or not. Maybe they want to make sure that I know that it's Delilah. That's my guess. The fact that it gives me an option to kill the replica tells me the replica is real. Another one down here.
Why shouldn't my people love their Empress?
It's interesting, I have a speed boost while carrying bodies and a speed boost while sneaking. So if I sneak and carry a body, then I get like a double speed boost. Moves almost as fast as sprinting. Snoring. There's another one up on that thing up there. I thought I was about to fly off the edge of the map. Maybe just that one is able to detect me when I'm choking out the one on the bottom. That might be my guess. They're all facing her.
On their tongues, passing across their lips.
That's a cool way to do the stage, though. I like that. think this is... oh, there's more up there. Okay. I see you. Cool. Very neat.
My throne, made greater than any before it.
So naive, dear Emily.
Delilah on the throne, the painting should trap her in her own fantasy world.
Sweet. Then she'll be trapped in a painting forever instead of just being dead. It seems much worse. What the hell just happened? Hopefully it checkpointed when I finish her. That was weird. Must have been like an infinite fall behind there.
So be it.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes the non-lethal option is way nastier. Oh, I locked him in a room with food. Alright, that's fine. Oh, I destroyed his mind. Not as nice that time.
At last, what I've always deserved. My justice. Now what's always
Yeah.
marred and distorted will be perfect.
Because the one on the throne I had to take out as a replica, and then she actually fought me.
My flesh, worship me.
Dishonored 2 is a little bit better about it, Scarf. Like I said, the first one is... you put a guy in a room with food and water. And money. It's the room he wanted to get into anyway. Doctor Lady is... she was an evil vampire, and now she's a happy, normal person again. The first game, they're all nasty. So where's the real one?
Emily, what happened?
Let's sit down. I'll explain it all.
Two killed? Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know who I killed. It must have been one of the witches accidentally got stabbed or something. I was so close to having 0 deaths. I wish it would like put something on the screen when it happens. Above and behind the portal. Oh, that's cool. Probably could have gotten an achievement for getting 0, but oh well.
And so the time of crisis in Karnaca came to an end, with the city's wisest citizens unscathed. Led by its new council, the southern capital was pulled back from the brink of anarchy, and Serkonos began to thrive.
Yes, Marty.
In Dunwall, without ever realizing it, Delilah passed into an imagined world where her father's promises were fulfilled and her subjects would love her forever, as she sailed the ocean with a great fleet and trekked across the Pendician wastes.
No, I guess her painting world's not that bad. That's not that horrifying.
While in the true capital, Emily the Just, Emily the Clever, ruled for decades over a prosperous, mended empire with Corvo Atana by her side.
Cool.
In his day, Anton
It's very...
fired the engines of industry.
And Aragorn was a good king.
Empire into a more sophisticated age.
Right. Put him in a
He dallied with
better
nobles,
simulation.
wayward artists, and great inventors alike, drinking in all that life could offer.
This seems like this is a long epilogue for... well, I guess there was also an epilogue at the end of Dishonored 1, and only part of it was canonical.
On a final voyage lineage to take him home.
I think they're probably going to do a Dishonored 3, right? It's a pretty successful series.
Change, no matter how hard you try. Questions answer.
Billy. Oh, is Dowd back?
As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self.
Maybe we'll play as Billy Lurk in Dishonored 3. Go to another continent, leave Dunwall behind. That'd be my guess, that would make sense. You could say we close the chapter on Corvo, Emily, so on. There's standalone DLC for Dishonored 2? Oh, okay. Who are they going to dishonor next? She gets taken again, that's basically just bad parenting. So since we have less than an hour left, we're just going to wrap after the credits here, rather than switch to West of Loathing. But West of Loathing will be here next week. This game was really cool. I enjoyed Dishonored 2. I like Dishonored 1, but I think I like Dishonored 2 better. I think stealth games are hard to get right, and Dishonored has a lot of good ideas. This is a sweet song. It's maybe the one you hear on the streets in Serkonos. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to move that. Ben pressed the button on my Stream Deck. Yeah, go for it, Game Saucer. Maybe throw it in a Google Doc link and post the link all at once. I think things that Dishonored can improve on include boss fights. I guess the boss fight is finding out the non-lethal way to deal with them. Like, Delilah was definitely the most interesting boss in the game, there being a puzzle to it. And having a in-game map would make a big difference. It'd be a lot easier to feel excited about exploring a stage. But the story's cool, the setting's cool, graphics are very good. That clock level, going back and forth between present and past, was some of the coolest things I've ever seen in a game. And it's wild that it came out within weeks of Titanfall 2 that did the same thing, so I really am curious how that happened. Yes, Marty. All my dreams I drown. I haven't heard of that.
So meet me in the shadows, bring your sweetest grapes. We'll slip on to a whaler.
Her voice reminds me of the Decemberists. I need to listen to more Decemberists. There's some great internet jokes about that band. I love the one that's like titles of Decemberist songs from a universe where they're not miserable or something like that. So like, let's not strangle the dolphin. Chimney sweeps live their lives happily, and no one dies. Nobody got raped. Oh man, I gotta listen to more Decemberists. I think that's some of my favorite lyricism in all of music. If you've never listened to them before, it's worth it. I don't know if I can give a particular... If you want something that's Dishonored relevant, maybe The Penitent Whaler. What's the name of the song? Mariner's Revenge song. You should listen to... It's a concept album called Hazards of Love. And it's about a faun prince whose lover gets kidnapped by like a villainous rake, and he has to like make a bargain with the Lord of the River. Anyway, it's a dope album. You should totally listen to it. Some of the coolest lyrics I've ever heard. Steel Eye Span. Oh, a lot of dark songs. Nicola Charles, Stephen Russell. Megan Foster was Rosario Dawson. Luca Abele was Vincent D'Onofrio? Whoa. Hold on, I saw Sam Rockwell. They get star talent for these games. Duke of Bell, like that name, that voice sounds familiar, but I can't place it. Hey, Chaos, how you doing? I was really surprised with Michael Madsen. I don't know of anything Michael Madsen has done that's not Quentin Tarantino. He's Mr. Blonde, and he's the guy with the cowboy hat in Kill Bill 2. He's probably in some other Tarantino movies, and I'm forgetting. Oh, he was in Hateful Eight. No, it's for Japan time, I assume, right? Seems like they try to stagger the directs so that they're at prime time in different countries, which seems completely fair. We can only release the information live once. It's gonna get posted on Reddit. Afternoon in Europe. Hey, kitties. Are you so angry and so hungry? I do like their approach for Nintendo Directs. It's a good way to build up hype for something. Especially like the formula they landed on with revealing stuff for Smash Brothers was pretty genius. So, and continues to be genius, I suppose. Michael Madsen's in Free Willy? Really? Man, I can't picture him in a non-murderer role. Oh yeah. I can't. I get empathy stomach aches. For every like really good public speaker I've seen in the gaming industry, I've seen some really bad ones. And it's the thing is like public speaking is a very it's a very specific skill set. And it's rare that you have someone that's both a good developer or a good publisher or a good whatever and also a good public speaker. So you get the people who are good at public speaking but don't know anything about the product and do cringy marketing releases which are bad in one way. And then you have the people that actually are informed about the product but have no idea how to speak publicly. Not because they're doing anything wrong or that they're bad people, it's just that that's not what their skill set is, right? It's one of those things that blows my mind with academia, that like if you want to become a professor, you're basically saying that you're good at research and you're good at giving talks and you're good at writing papers, and you're good at teaching, and you're probably actually only good at one of those things. Maybe if you're a superstar, you're good at 2 or 3 of them. Starters, a middle evolutionary state, versions, legendaries. Do people... I don't know, I guess I like playing Pokemon games as blind as possible, but people seem to be into like the equivalent of magic spoilers for Pokemon, right? When they tease parts of the roster before the game comes out. It's interesting because like I'm all about reading magic spoilers. I don't think I want my first interaction with a card to be when I crack the pack. I also don't play Magic anymore, so that's part of it. Russian audio. I do like both of these themes they're playing in the credits here. The credits are revealing that I didn't turn VSync on for this game. Reggie was great. Reggie leaned into being corny, and it worked really well. So if he like, I don't know if he ever dabbed, but if Reggie dabbed, I'd be on board with that. Like, you could tell it was pre-recorded, you could tell it was scripted, but it was fine, because he was a pretty electric personality. Sakurai's pretty good, too, because he's kind of a dick. It's a type of charisma which would be awkward, but there's an acknowledgement and ownership that works. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's still charming. Cool. This game was great. Thank you to the folks who helped to vote it up. I'll let you know all that's coming up next.